Hello again, all you world shakers. This is Uncle Dean, coming at you from the boar's nest in the Bitterroot wilderness of Idaho, living on the edge and loving it. I thought maybe you guys would like to see me place these magnets, or a few of them anyways. See how I've notched that armature? See them north and south field there? Well, they're now going to accommodate them magnets and give me my clearance so that this will slide into that stator and spin without touching. Anyway, all right, here we go, people. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little of this old Elmer type stuff, wood glue. It'll hold for the time being. I got to get them just set, and then I've got epoxy I'm going to pour. Anyway, these are my magnets. Right here, neodymium, come from a hoverboard motor. Anyways, or similar to a hoverboard motor. Now, there's 7 poles on this. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? And it just so happens I got 7 magnets, 1 for each. So, here we go. I'm going to go with the north up here, I believe. The only way to really tell would be to have a sensor or just flip them. Now, these are concave. These are rounded on one side and concave. So, I got to put flat down here, the concave side down this way. See that? Got to make sure it's down on the finger enough to where it's going to clear everything. And so here we go. There's number 1. A little more glue. There you go. Now number 2. Well, that one there got a little bit of fuzz on it somehow. Well, I'll clean it off real quick. Okay, number 2 right there. And slide it down a little bit. Well, that looks pretty good placement. Yeah, alright. Really isn't that difficult to modify one of these things. You won't need the brushes anymore unless you want to use it for a motor. But me, I'm going to use it for an alternator, a Dynamo type alternator, something put out some juice. And I believe this will do it, so we'll find out. There we go. Yeah, try to get them good and nice and straight, at least halfway straight. Yeah, this isn't the first alternator I've modified. I've had some pretty good success with some of the ones that I've done. Problems that I've had with them is to find a motor that will turn them up to speed economically. You know what I mean? Economically, and that means so that I can get power out of them and they can recharge whatever their power base is. You know, that's the important part of building one of these self-powered loop systems, you know, is it's got to be able to put out enough juice to charge its own base. And one of the problems with that is one of the problems that I've found is that your batteries that your machine is running on have to be kept at a very, very high charge all the time. They got to stay up real high, because then you've got the potential to charge the batteries, whatever you're charging, real high. I mean, what I mean by that is that the more powerful your base or your battery base that you're using to power your machine, the more powerful, the better batteries you got there, the more more powerful, and the longer you're charging, and the quicker you recover on your batteries that you're running on. You know, like I say, these things will recharge them. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I want to try to build a looped system. It should put out enough power, enough voltage with some amperage, as long as I can get the right motor to turn it, like I say. Let's see. Get to John and use the wrong darn magnet. That's all I need, huh? Well, we got a little bit of goop on that. That's one of the problems about getting old, is sometimes your lips overcome your brain. And it takes a good man to be able to spot those moments and correct them before they become major problems. You know, little problems we can handle. Little problems are okay, you know, deal with that kind of. But the big problems, yeah, they're the ones that really stand up and bite you in the posterior, your ass, and make you do the chicken. Anyway, so I have found. All right, there we go. We got the northies in. Yep, so far so good, even with my help. All right, here we go with the souths. We got one in already over there. I'll go ahead and put the rest of them in here. Okay. Get some more good old glue on there. And I'll let this thing set until tomorrow and dry. This stuff usually dries within a matter of a few hours, but I'm going to let it get its full potential on holding them magnets before I try to. I got to do a test insert on putting this into the stator and putting the whole thing together, so I can check and see if everything's aligned properly before I mix up my polyurethane acrylic resin, and then and I'll take and fill in the bottom end here, pull her out, we'll fill that and tape this up, and then create a cup kinda, and then just pour these full, and the whole thing will just hold, will be solid right down through the coils. I didn't have any reason to pull them, the coils out of the inside of the stator here, because of, or I mean the armature here, because it's no big deal to me. I mean, I may end up converting it down the road to a motor, but I doubt it very much. I think it's going to work out just dandy for that, what I want. And if it don't, we can always say it shoulda. It's famous last words Papa used to tell me. Even if it don't go right, you can always say it shoulda. Yeah. Words of wisdom. It doesn't mean any harm. Here we go. There's our last magnet. And then we'll go around, make sure they're all aligned. Didn't get crooked from my pant leg. There we go. Okay. So here we are. Straighten that out. That one. Actually, you know, they all kind of look a bit crooked, but it might just be me. Okay. Anyways, there she is, people. So far, so good, says I. The way to tell if that's going to be any good really is to eyeball it right out here on the side, on the plane. And put that behind it, maybe that'll help. See that? You just eyeball that edge, and then as I spin it, if it don't stick out past them knobs on the bottom and the top, then we'll be okay. It's going to be close. I mean, I planned on very little play between them, so I tried it twice already, and this is my third time. Third time's a charm, according to theory. Anyway, so far so good, people. We'll get this thing up and running. Like I say, I will give it a trial test probably tomorrow after it's all dried. And we'll see what it wants to do. See if it wants to put out some three-phase power. Yepper, that's the plan. All right, all my friends out there. Whether you like me or not, go with God. Famous last words.